It doesn't seem like you're having many problems playing this game so far.
No, I've picked it up pretty good. And I actually have several years of Dark Souls experience now.
But it seems like you just do like the same finishing animation over and over again.
Yeah, that's probably one of those things that like it's kind of a bummer.
And this is you only get one weapon, right? I think you only get this one weapon throughout the game.
Yeah, you just make it more powerful.
Hmm.
You get other like modifying stuff that I'll get later on here. Oh. Okay. It's a lot more tutorial-y than Dark Souls ever was.
You know what? I keep seeing all these names. I keep thinking, even though it's Chinese, not Japanese, but Dynasty Warriors.
Oh, I love Dynasty Warriors.
It's just like the worst fucking voice acting in any game ever.
Oh, sure.
But I don't know if is there really that much voice acting in From games, but not really.
The NPCs.
Yeah, they all talk in hushed British tones. We all know it.
I killed my first mini-boss.
Hooray!
I almost jumped off the edge earlier because I know like that's something you can do later on.
Oh yeah.
You get like a grappling hook. That's the word I was looking for.
Remember, we're in Japan, so it's grappling.
Grappling hook. Oh, okay, good. I thought I just fell to my death.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Anything new in the world of Spurgle Tannhauser?
Well, since we were talking about like abducting 12-year-old girls and taking them on boat rides that are questionable.
Reminds me of my trip to Disneyland.
Me and my friends watched this special where this guy, he befriended a family to target this 12-year-old girl.
That sounds exactly like Lewis Carroll.
Right, but to make sure that he could have like free access to the girl and nobody would bother him, he had sex with both the wife and the father.
Holy shit, what a player.
Right? So he had blackmail on them.
Wait. So he just so happened to find a couple that were both sexually attracted to him. Was he just like as sexy as Brad Pitt and as depraved as Steve Buscemi? Like, what the fuck?
I don't remember him being too particularly handsome.
He must have been like the master of charisma then, or maybe he just had some ineffable sexual energy that just
he had a ton of charisma. He obviously had a ton of charisma, but he also so he stumbled
upon a relationship where it was a beard.
I think it was one of those.
Or was the guy bisexual?
I think the guy was bisexual, but it was one of those things like it was. I think the family was like based in the South, so he kept it all hush hush.
Oh no!
But yeah, and then
so he fucked every member of the family. That's quite the achievement right there.
Right? That's impressive. And then what
he
did was
the dog too.
You gotta blackmail the dog. Don't want the dog going to the police.
That's true. And then he fucked the police to make sure that the police wouldn't talk either. Took it all the way up to the president.
So he said he was going on a boat trip, and he took the 12-year-old daughter, and then he fled to Mexico and married her, because it's legal to marry 12-year-olds in Mexico.
But it's only a marriage that's approved in Mexico, right? It's like when he comes back to the States, it's not like, all right, here's my Mexican wife who's clearly white and 12.
And what he did is he
just do it for tax breaks?
He would drug her, and then he would play recordings that were from like an alien overlord, saying that like there were aliens out there and he was keeping her safe from them or some shit like that.
Fuck?
Yeah, he went fucking crazy.
Went is a strong word. I think he arrived at crazy probably 20 years ago. Maybe he was probably already the mayor of Crazy Town at that point.
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
there's like
he
a
didn't
big
become
kerfuffle
crazy when he fucked the dog, the wife, the husband, and the child.
And the 12-year-old girl. Yeah, there's like the big kerfuffle getting the daughter back, annulling the marriage, all that fun stuff. And like she's an adult now. Like she tells her story to kind of like warn people
about what? Mexicans?
I guess how
aliens? Does she still believe the aliens are a thing? She's been gaslighted into believing that
I think she
ancient
did for
aliens
a long
is true.
time.
Huh?
I think she believed in aliens and all that shit for like a long time until like her
bet.
later teens, until like talking to other people and is like, no, it's not good when a man keeps you in a van and tells you that he's giving you messages from the alien overlords.
Sometimes that's all a woman knows.
Yeah,
That sounds like The Hills Have Eyes. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, gaslit the shit out of a 12-year-old girl, just so he could occasionally have sex with her.
Occasionally, he wasn't taking that to Pound Town every night.
I think he was a little bit gentler than that.
How would you know?
What really cracked me up though is that they
were you there?
No, but they go into a little bit more detail than I am, just for matter of taste.
Is there even any such thing as tender rape? I feel like that's like jumbo shrimp. It's an oxymoron. It just doesn't fucking compute.
Well, it's one of those things like you don't let just like, okay, I'm gonna hold you down and fucking force my cock into you now.
Well, you would think.
You convince the girl that this is like what you're doing is the right thing.
Wow, you got pwned.
Yeah. It's I do know that it's a scripted thing though. Even if you do beat him, your arm gets cut off.
Damn, look at the size of that bow.
That's a big fucking bow. It's like for taking down horses. Oh, what got me though is like they had recordings of like their conversations together. They had a few of them because he would record stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like one of them where he's like trying to talk to her about like something philosophical, like how is it you're feeling today? Or like what it. Like, how do you feel? And she's like, I like dogs.
And then he put his hand on her shoulder, smirked, and says, "You know what? I like dogs too. I really like dogs."
It's just if I were in that guy's place, I couldn't do it. Like, just the complete lack of like intelligence and like interestingness, because you're dealing with a 12-year-old would drive me insane. Just the mundanity of their conversations.
Well, I don't think he really picked her for her intelligence or charisma.
Just that sweet, supple 12-year-old body.
Ugh.
So back to what you asked. I have an apartment now.
That's cool.
I have my own nice new apartment, getting paid by the government so I can afford the house or the apartment. Mainly just been hanging out, sleeping, eating, and hanging out with you. And some of my friends got back into the whole Magic the Gathering and D&D again, so I'm right back to being an uber nerd.
You never left.
I never left. Going to McDonald's to play Terraria until 5 in the morning. That was the giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. I can't remember what the name of that documentary is, but if you Google some of the details without putting yourself on a watch list,
I can't watch that kind of shit, man. That tears at the soul after a while. I'm already cynical enough as it is without adding more logs to the fire.
Me and my friends just took it as being like fucked up and really darkly humorous. Because it's like this
I can joke about it in a third person context where I don't know any of the details.
Sure,
but I wouldn't go out of my way to watch pedophilic documentaries.
You don't see anything. It's just
but you still hear the testimonies and like all the dirty details. It's like, oh yeah, I fucked her right in the slump. They don't throw nothing away. I just no.
It's worth it just to see the craziness of the story. That shit was nuts.
I'm sure it was. Well, you sort of phrased it though that aliens don't exist, but statistically likely that they
Oh yeah,
do.
I believe aliens exist. I just don't think they're visiting here, and they're not here to help a man rape a 12-year-old girl.
Right. But wouldn't that be great, though, if that really was the case?
Aliens do exist, and they're here to help the pedophiles.
Civilization on their planet has advanced for millions of years. They have perfected wormhole travel. They've perfected fuel injection technology and compression. They have the means to cure cancer, AIDS, every single known mortally wounding disease, and yet they use all of that technology, all of that civilization, all to help a dude rail a 12-year-old in Mexico. It would just be... It just makes too much sense, you know?
That would certainly... The universe that I know would certainly line up with that. Just absurdist as it could possibly be.
I was actually debating with this one dude at work about a week ago about ancient aliens.
Oh dear.
Oh my god. It was really interesting. I've never seen a person retroactively explain all of their belief systems through ancient aliens. Well, what I mean by retroactively is that the man was raised Catholic, renounced it, but then through watching the TV show Ancient Aliens with the guy with the big poofy hair and crazy fucking ideas about what actually happened with the pyramids and blah 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 blah.
Sure.
He thinks that everything in the Bible that happened was real, but through the ancient aliens.
But through aliens.
And I'm like, couldn't it also be that it, fiction? Couldn't it be that we just invented that stuff? Like I could come up with crazy stories too. That doesn't necessarily mean that ancient aliens or another source actually did the story. It could be that I just made it up. He was like, no. What about the wheel of fire or the dragons, flying saucers? I'm like, couldn't it be that, I don't know, one of the writers of the Bible is just drunk as fuck, stumbling in the desert, saw a lizard, and he was like, wow, what if that thing had like wings or something? What if it like fucked a bird? Bam, dragons. It's not.
There is no end to the capacity of the human imagination.
Yes, exactly. Like what we're playing right now. It's like how. It just drove me up a wall.
It makes you think of Michael Scott, who thinks that like he came up with the concept of a unicorn.
Exactly.
Because he thought of it when he was 5.
I want my money back.